YouTube, it's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Non-Woke Month. Now, if you see this video on another channel, it's because I had to start an account because I was logged out to my YouTube channel on my email, so I had to start fresh and new. My videos are still up if you check John Avenger 7 1985, but that's my old account. This is going to be my new account to continue what I did, so don't unsubscribe to that. Just subscribe to my new channel for new content. So just to let you guys know what's going on. Now, we're continuing now in Woke Month with a action adventure comedy from 2017. I didn't hate this movie, but there's a lot of problems. And that is Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah, I don't own this movie. I'm just going to be showing the Wikipedia. On the next level. I saw this movie on cable a couple of months ago for the summer because, well, it has a black lead. You have The Rock, you have Kevin Hart, you have a woman in it, and you have Jack Black, who's he's a fat Jewish man, but he's embodied by a white girl, like a blonde girl. This was co-written by Chris McKenna, Eric Summers, Scott Rosenberg, and Jeff Pickner. I think there are way too many writers on this movie. You only needed one or two. I think there's just too many ideas. Some work and some fall flat on their face, but I'll get to that. This is the third installment in the Jumanji franchise. The real sequel to Jumanji, the spiritual sequel, is Zathura from 2005 with Josh Hutcherson. That's the real sequel to Jumanji. This feels like just like a kind of an add-on. Like instead of a board game, it's a video game. And instead of them rolling the dice and having things happen, they just get sucked into the video game like a freaking Jimmy Neutron episode. And they're embodied in these avatars that are nothing like them. You have Alex Wolff, I think he turns into The Rock so he can change races. Then the black guy becomes Kevin Hart. He's small. You get it? That's a joke. Then the redheaded chick becomes a redhead, but it's a Lara Croft Tomb Raider-like chick. And we'll get to that. And then you have a girl turning into Jack Black with a safari hat and a beard, and yeah, and he has glasses. There were some jokes I did like in the movie, but it's very few and far between. I like when Jack Black is like, "Oh my God, I'm a fat middle-aged man." That was kind of funny. Anytime Kevin Hart, when he blew up with the cake, that made me laugh. When The Rock knocks Kevin Hart into the side, that was funny. There's a scene in a village that looked like Aladdin 2019, but a lot better because it wasn't too much CG. And The Rock is beating these guys up. He uppercuts a guy through the wall. See, that's the kind of humor that I was looking for. But then there's stupid shit like, I'm going to blame Sony for this and the writers. You have this annoying tutorial guy, but I don't know who plays him. I forgot what his name was. I'm going to check right here. Let's see, Anthony in the fridge. Nick Jonas, no, he's Jefferson Seaplane McDonald. He comes later in the film. He's way at the end. You have Colin Hanks as the adult Alex. You have Bobby Cannavale as the villain. He doesn't work as Professor Van Pelt. I know that's kind of a nod to Van Pelt in the first movie, but he's nothing like Van Pelt. He has this on and off again British accent. He has like bugs coming out of his face. Again, I saw that in Nightmare Before Christmas with Oogie Boogie. He had bugs coming out of his eyes, and he has a blind eye. I've seen that before in freaking Rogue One and all these other movies. Yeah, you have Rhys Narby as Nigel Billingsley. He's really annoying he's the NPC in Jumanji who serves as a primary guide, saying you got to go to this and you have 3 lives, and these are your strengths and weaknesses. You have to go to this temple or whatever and say Jumanji, and then you're done with the game. Then you finish the game. Kind of like the first movie, but it's not a remake of the first movie. I give it that. There are some ideas here that work, like I said, that they changed it from to a video game to a board game because, people don't play board games anymore because of the internet. But there's some stupid shit in here. Like I said, there's some penis jokes that are not needed. They feel off place. That was never in the original film where Jack Black's, I got a penis, and then he has to piss. I'm like, you stole that joke from Guardians 2. You're not James Gunn, writers. Stop trying so hard. There's a scene, like, I'm not gonna bash Karen Gillan. I know Josh is gonna be watching this video, but yeah, her character's on and off for me. She's nice to look at, but there are times that they make her character do stupid things. And I blame Sony because they have to put product placement everywhere in the movie. There's the PlayStation, and there's a freaking stereo that has music on it as a Sony product. And then Carrie Gilliam has to do a stupid dance, which is kind of like in the first Guardians when Star-Lord was dancing to distract Ronan. And then you have a Bob Marley song. I'm like, why was this in the movie? This could have been cut out. The movie's way too long. Like, the first Jumanji was like 90 minutes, 95 minutes at the most without the end credits. This one is almost 2 hours. There's a lot of stupid shit that you could cut out of this movie. Like I said, that dance scene, the villain could have been better. Nigel didn't need to be in the film. There's some action sequences. Some of them are good. Some of them are kind of like too CGI-ish. It reminded me of like Journey 2 or Avatar or freaking some other movies. Just, I've seen it before, guys. I've seen The Rock in the Jungle, in The Rundown, in Journey 2, in a bunch of other films. I'm tired of seeing The Rock in the Jungle. And the film starts off with the first one left off in Brantford, New Hampshire from 1996 when the board game was found. And this time it's a video game. The characters as teens, they're okay. I didn't really connect with them because you don't get a lot of time with them. But they're okay. They're serviceable at best. Also, another stupid scene was the kiss with The Rock and Karen. That was just awkward. They're like, it's really weird. I don't know why they decided to do that. The director's freaking weird. Because these people are better than this. Karen was better in Nebula as Nebula in the Guardians films, Infinity War and Endgame, because she's not like doing stupid kisses and dancing like a fool. I blame Sony for that because they like to put stupid shit. There's these Sony-isms in this movie that don't work. They feel out of place. It's just, like I said, it's too long. There's some stupid jokes in there. The soundtrack is not needed. The score's fine. I like the score. The film looks good, so I could say that. Jake Kasdan did a decent job, but isn't he the son of Lawrence Kasdan? Let me see. Yes, and I think didn't he write the recent Star Wars movies? Acting, filmmaking credits. No, I don't think I see soundtrack, television. No, he only did acting and no. He's the son of Lawrence Kasdan. He can shoot a film. I can give him that. But there's just some things in the movie that just, the writing just feels off. Like, who wrote this? Chris McKenna. This guy wrote American Dad, Community, and The Mindy Project. Yeah, a lot of the humor feels like it's from a sitcom, and here it doesn't work because this is a feature film for almost 2 hours, and it feels out of place. He also wrote Grumpier Old Man. He did Igor from 2008. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, so that was a special thanks. Spider-Man Homecoming and the Lego Batman movie. Again, better films than this, honestly. I don't hate this film, but there's just too many writers. You only need one or two. Eric Summers did Crank Yankers. See, a lot of television. Lego Batman, yes, mostly the writers from Lego Batman. But again, that was self-referential and winking at the camera, and it was funny. Scott Rosenberg is the other writer. He probably wrote the story or the dialogue. This guy wrote Venom. Yeah, one of the worst freaking Sony movies I've ever seen. If you haven't seen my review of it, go to my other channel. You'll see my rant on that. But this will give me a chance to review films that were horrible on my other channel. He wrote Venom, and I hated Venom, guys. I hated it with every fiber of my being. Jeff Pickner, he did the other one. He did The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Again, one of the worst sequels that Sony's ever made. The Fifth Wave, I hated that movie. Dark Tower, I shut that movie off. Venom, Sony, stop getting writers that did these shitty movies before. I mean, this came out before Venom, but Venom was worse than this because it had the same Sony-isms where the product placement and the stupid humor and scenes that could have been cut out and people acting like cartoons. Yeah, these actors are pretty decent. You got The Rock and you have Jack Black. Kevin Hart, I can take him or leave him. Mostly I leave him in films like Ride Along because he's just annoying. Here he's toned down a little bit, but still. He does scream a couple of times. It's annoying. Karen can do better than this. She's done better. In Guardians, she didn't have to do a stupid dance. That's the Sony stuff that I hate. And they put it again at the end of the movie. She does the stupid dance, and then they play it again as a distraction at the end in the third act. And the third act goes on and on. It just goes on a little bit too long. I would have loved this movie if it just had the four characters done better Personally, I would have recast someone else instead of Karen. Just me personally, I would have put another redheaded actress like Heather Stevens, even though she's older, or Madeline Petch. That would have done it for me. Or hell, just give Lucy Hale a redhead wig, or or get some other actress. You know, like I said, just she's fine in the role for what she has to do, but the Sonyisms that they give her is just ridiculous. And the thing is, the movie, like I said, it does have its pluses, but there's some minuses that cannot be ignored. But anyway, if you haven't seen the movie, I would say see the first one. If you don't hate this one, I don't blame you because it's a hit or miss movie for me. There's some funny moments, but then there's some moments that just make me scratch my head. Like, why did they do this? Why did they put these stupid Sonyisms in this freaking movie? It just feels out of place. It feels lame, and you didn't need to do this. Was this sequel needed? Not necessarily. It was way too late in the lineup. I mean, the first movie was 1995, and this was 2017. It was 22 years later, and this is the best sequel they can do. While the cast is, like I said, the film got generally positive critics review because it was a pleasant surprise. It's not horrible. I thought it was going to be horrible. The trailer was worse than the movie, and they praised the cast. Yeah, the cast has some fun moments. But the stupid humor and the scene where Jack Black is telling Karen, "You have to get their attention and do this and walk crazy and laugh at their jokes and just touch them." I'm like, it was really forced, and I don't think that was needed. But anyway, and the movie is worth your time. If you've never seen it, it's worth your time for some. It's worth at least one watch. But if you hate it, I don't blame you. No, I haven't seen Next Level, but I'll get to that some other time. But anyway, this will be my first video on my new channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Keep subbing. Keep leaving your comments. It's still me. It's not a phony. And I'll see you guys in the next one.